This is Chase Campbell from Superior Nissan of Conway. Thank you for watching FLW Arkansas.
Come to Lake Hamilton, they said. It'll be beautiful, they said. This is the third stop of the BFL Archie Division. We've got rain, we've got lightning, we've got thunder. This should be interesting.
There you go, dude. That's a giant.
That's what I'm talking about. You just won some money right there. Not bad. That's what I'm talking about.
Hello everyone, welcome to Superior Nissan in Conway. I've got Danny Weiser from Superior Nissan once again. Good to have you on board.
Happy to be here. Looking forward to some good fishing.
And we've got some good news about the Nissan Titan as well.
Yeah, I got some new things to show you this year.
All right, well, we'll look forward to hearing about that a little bit later on in the show. Let's head out to the water now, Lake Hamilton. Wow, what a great day for fishing. The forecast was ominous all week long, but you always hoped that they were wrong. Early this morning, they weren't. The radar looked like this. The skies looked like this. And the anglers looked like this.
You know, I think the rain is a blessing from God. He tells us that it's the washing of the earth and it's a blessing. So I'm going to count it as that. And while I'm out there cussing it, I'm going to say it's a blessing from the Lord.
Positive thinking.
Positive thinking, that's right. You know, them fish don't know they're wet.
They're already in the water.
Yeah, they don't even know they're wet. And don't tell them either, because we won't be able to catch them if they know it's raining out here and they're not.
It's nasty, very nasty. Lightning's pretty bad, so that's why we're standing under here.
What got you interested in the BFLs?
I got friends that fish FLW.
Uh-huh.
So,
Good.
Jay Ellis and Gary Yamamoto.
Oh, good deal. Those are some good friends to have.
Oh yes, real good friends.
Yeah. And then they talked you into getting involved so that you could come out on a day like this and fish.
Naturally.
Yeah. Have you been doing much pre-fishing here on Hamilton?
I did a little yesterday.
How'd it go?
Not very good. It was real tough.
The good thing about having a not very good day yesterday was it was about 80 degrees and sunshine, and this is a very, very different weather pattern today.
Exactly.
A bobber, a minnow, and some crappie fishing I think would be appropriate right about now.
Not for me, no. I kind of planned for it. I knew it was going to be ugly, so I just kind of worked on a pattern yesterday that I thought would stay, today.
Well, we have found some refuge, and we have our tournament director, Alan Gray, with us. Alan, as a tournament director on a day like this, when the forecast is what it is, what goes through your mind?
Safety, thinking about the near 200 guys we got on the water. That's first and foremost. We all love to fish, and we all love to tournament fish, but we all want to get home to our families, too.
Yeah, so we've got, how are we going to do this today? I mean, obviously, light's not coming up anytime soon, so we have to wait until light, but then also with lightning and all of those kinds of things, what's the procedure?
Well, we assessed the situation at 6:30. Takeoff was scheduled for 6:30 a.m. this morning, and we've had a few lightning strikes here and there. I kind of treat it like a fog delay.
Yeah.
We took a look at the clock the last time we saw lightning. If I don't see lightning for another 15, 20 minutes, keep an eye on the radar, make sure there's no red marks on the radar, then we can go fishing. It's kind of like a fog delay. You can't go when it's foggy.
Yeah.
We wait till it's clear. Same with lightning. We're going to wait till it's clear to go. Even if we see lightning at 6:30, guys, just hang on. We're not going to go nowhere. Unfortunately, if some inclement weather comes in throughout the day, then it's, we just told everybody at the meeting last night, and we'll reiterate it this morning, that, seek shelter. Don't be dumb.
Yeah.
We did mention last night at the meeting last night, if inclement weather does come into their area, we will be in here about 2 hours early to have the scales open. So if somebody does want to call it a day, or they feel it's not a situation they want to be in any longer, the scales will be open. You know, this is tournament fishing at its finest, and these guys want to compete. But we have to be smart enough to pull the reins back on those tough competitors and say sometimes let's take the side of caution as opposed to being the hero.
And just looking around, I mean, a lot of the guys, they're all geared up. This is kind of fun, just from the adventure standpoint, to see what we can go out there and brave.
Well, you and I say that sitting here in a dry trailer and finding refuge, as you called it.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, these guys, I mean, it's an anticipation. We've all got rain gear on. Every one of our fishermen, I guarantee every one of them's got great rain suits. Not to throw a plug in there, but Frog Talk makes a great set. I've got one on here today. No, they've got rain gear. They're anticipating. They're all probably wondering what I'm going to do at 6:30. And we'll get on and let them know and keep them updated on what we can do. In fact, I'm probably going to send a mass text message here in a minute, let them know there may be a lightning delay. So, yeah, I mean, it's still tournament fishing, and they're ready to go, and they're chomping at the bit.
Well, and the fishing right now, let's talk a little bit about the fishing. It's fishing quite well here on Lake Hamilton.
That's all I've heard. You know, we had a meeting last night up there at Geared, and guys are catching them, and I love it because they show me pictures, they show me photos, and they're also, man, look what's catching. The lakes, they're biting. And so something like this inclement weather, you know, like you sent me a text message yesterday. You said, let's do this today. Or let's do this Sunday. It just so happens that the one day that we have weather, but is today. But you know, that's tournament fishing. It's never nice on the tournament days.
That's right.
You know, so.
Well, we'll have fun. This is the man with a plan. We'll see what happens here on Lake Hamilton. I'm here with the parts manager, Lawrence Ryan, here at Superior Nissan in Conway. And Lawrence, you know, when somebody buys a really good truck, it kind of becomes an extension of who they are.
Yes, sir.
And so we've got a great way to customize that Nissan Titan.
Right. Anything from certain wheels and tires down to lift kits if you want. We also offer certain Nissan accessories such as a bed tent. Maybe you're in a really good fishing spot that's too far from a hotel room, or you just don't want to have a hotel room, you want to see the night sky, we have a bed tent that's perfect for that. We also offer what's called a Titan box, and they double as storage and a cooler, which is a great option. So one side could be all your fishing stuff that you need, and the other side could be beers and sodas and waters for you and your family.
We've got sliding toolboxes as well, and a whole host of other options. A great way to personalize your Nissan Titan. FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
What does it mean to mow with an attitude? It means 0 turns and full throttle. It's the power of 38 horses in a town of 10,000 people. It's like American Muscle got a PhD in rocket science. It's backing up your bark with serious bite. It's blood, sweat, and blades. What does it mean to mow with an attitude? Take a seat and find out for yourself.
Bad Boy. Mow with an attitude.
Hi, Michael Sloan for Superior Automotive Group in Conway. Shop all of the best truck brands in one location. Make the short drive from anywhere in Central Arkansas to test drive one or all. There's no better place to buy than Superior Automotive Group in Conway. Faster, simpler, and more transparent. Superior.
Hi, I'm Danny Weiser from Superior Nissan of Conway. Thank you for watching FLW Arkansas.
We are in a weather delay thanks to some powerful Arkansas storms moving through the Lake Hamilton area. With safety always as the primary concern, our tournament director Alan Gray is on top of the radar, and we are in a holding pattern. So while we waited for clearer weather and a takeoff, we visited with our friends at the check-in station. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here as these boats come in for the boat check. What all's part of this?
Well, when they come through, what we do is we check them for safety. We want to make sure they have their life jackets bucked up, zipped up, and their kill switches on, and that way when they come through, pull the kill switch, and that way we make sure when they're running across the lake, they get thrown out of the boat, the kill switch shuts the motor off. Okay, we want everybody to come back at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that they take off the number that they're supposed to take off, and everybody's good to go.
And we got a little bit of a light source from up above there.
Yes, we do. So we're right now, the director's talking to the main office to make sure that we have a delay of the appropriate amount of time between lightning strikes so we can get everybody out safe and back.
We had a delay of just over an hour, but tournament director Alan Gray saw we've got a little gap in the weather. The rain is not coming down nearly as heavy. We haven't had lightning for a little while. It's fishing time here on Lake Hamilton. The anglers still got the prayer in. This was a day in which it was especially needed. And the national anthem. And then they were off quickly. The day was short on the front end and may be on the back end as well. There's more weather coming, and many may opt to come in early because wind and rain will be back, strong and combined. You'll see it in the fourth segment of this show. We put a cameraman in Jarrett Rushing's boat. He's a boater from Hampton, Arkansas. He's always fished, but recently got back into the tournament circuits thanks to his #1 sponsor, his wife Tracy.
I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for my beautiful wife at the house, then I wouldn't. She's the one that basically pushed me into doing this. We bought the boat in 2016, right after my son turned 2, or right before my son turned 2. And I fished it competitively a lot in high school and in college, but just got out of it. And I told her if we buy a boat, I want to get back into competitive fishing. Fished a couple of little club circuits there around the house, and she said, why don't you do something bigger? And I said, all right. So you know it's going to be a sacrifice, and she said, I'm willing. Well, I appreciate it.
He finished 9th in the BFL Regional. That top 6 went to the All-American. Very close. He's aiming for another shot this year. Today, Rushing and co-angler Brandon Ward are looking for that first fish to tell them something. Like all anglers, there is a plan, but that plan gets adjusted as the day goes on.
We get out here in a little while off some deep points. We'll throw some Arky 350s or some Strike King 3.0s and see what we can do. But right now, we're just trying to get a fish. We're trying to get rid of that halo right now. I got to get rid of that golden sombrero. Once we put a fish in the boat, that's when everything's to get good again. They'll tell us something a little bit then.
As we head to the break, here's a former Angler of the Year, Fred Martin of North Little Rock, fishing one of his favorite areas. So far, no fish for Fred, but his co-angler, Chris Chambliss out of Little Rock, gets a quick bite. With so much uncertainty about the day and the weather, every fish over 12 inches is precious. And this one is barely over 12.
Hey, all right.
I've got Danny Weiser from Superior Nissan in Conway. Danny, we want to take a look at this new Nissan Titan. A lot of special things to see.
It's a nice truck, and I'll be happy to show them to you. This is our regular half-ton, and it comes with the 5.6-liter V8, 390 horsepower. This one has the tow hooks in the front because it's four-wheel drive. You already had your tow mirrors installed, so you just pull them out if you need them for your campers or your trailers. In the back here, in case you have some work to do in the bed, the step rail goes all the way to the bed, so you can get in there. This version has the Utilitrack system, and it comes with 4 tie-downs that you can anchor along the side, the front, or in the floorboard. Around back here, it comes equipped with the 4-pin and the 7-pin harness, so you won't have to have the adapter. Parking sensors along the back that can be turned off from the inside. And on our XDs, you'll have a trailer brake system, so that without any other person available, you can check all of your trailer brakes by just hitting your key fob.
And here's something really exciting about the 2019 model.
This year we have the Fender stereo available. And that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can listen to your music when you want to.
A whole bunch to see here at Superior Nissan in Conway. Come on down and check them out. FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
Superior Automotive Group is Conway. We work hard to be good to our customers. That means a faster, simpler, and more transparent way to buy.
Superior seems to set a tone of that kind of no hassle, type approach.
With Superior, everything was laid out for me very clearly. My sales rep made sure she explained every step of the process.
It was always what you saw, that was the price, that was the car you got.
We're Superior Automotive Group in Conway, where it's always faster, simpler, and more transparent. Superior.
This is Lawrence Ryan at Superior Nissan of Conway. Thank you for watching FLW Arkansas.
My wife's done got to where before every tournament she'll do a devotional for me and kind of talk about how, you know, all of God's disciples are fishermen. And the one at Dardanelle she did for me was pretty interesting because she was talking about how, you know, God met up with a couple of his, or Jesus met up with a couple of his disciples and they weren't catching any fish out of the boat. And he told them to cast their nets off to the right side. And whenever they hauled it in, they caught a huge bounty of fish. And my wife, throwing a little humor in there, she told me she wanted me to fish out of the right side of the boat at Dardanelle. Well, we got into my first spot and the way it's set up, I had to fish out of the left side of the boat. And we fished all the way in, and I turned around and told her I wanted to, or told my partner, I said, I got to fish back down it. She said, why? Because my wife told me I had to fish out of the right side of the boat. I just told her that and directly caught about a 5-pounder.
Here on Hamilton, right now, Jarrett is fishing from the left side of the boat, but it hits the right side of the camera, if that counts. What does count is that this fish is the first keeper for Jarrett today.
Ain't nothing special. We're gonna give you the green tag. You are our number one. You are the fish that gave me some points today.
Mouth closed, 12 inches. 12 in a 30 second.
That's all right, you got the monkey out, he back. Give us a good look at it. Get him a good look at it.
First fish of the day. Hopefully he's just gonna take a little ride, not long.
Let's hit another part of the lake and one of Hot Springs' favorite sons, Spencer Sheffield. Spencer has caught a few fish, but is also catching some short fish. He needs to cull up to finish strong, so he goes for a bait with a high upside but low probability.
Just saying, if I get bit on this and she eats it, she's gonna be 3.5 or bigger. I mean, I've caught some 2-pounders on it, don't get me wrong. You watch it on YouTube, a lot of them guys on YouTube throwing that 10-inch, they're catching 2.5 pound smallmouth on it. But I don't ever catch any that small one usually. I mean, most of them, when they bite it, they're a 3 to 5 pounder. The problem is just get one of them to bite it because there ain't just a lot of them up here like this. You're committing to the fact that you're not gonna get any bites. It's just so hard to do something like this when you've got something you know you're gonna get a lot of bites on, you know what I mean? It's just a very small window of opportunity with this bait that you can actually even catch them on it. About a 2-week period.
This is a unique duo. Sheffield is in second place in the season points race as a boater, and Shane Ray of Malvern is in second place in the co-angler standings. Both would like to stay on top with a strong showing here. So far, Sheffield has a limit, but Ray is looking for fish number 1 still.
Not a bad one. I told you right there where they be. You got it. Yeah. 2-pounder.
Hi everybody, we're back here in the service department at Superior Nissan in Conway. I've got Derek Holtis, the service manager, and we've got a nice Nissan Titan right here. For you guys who want to take care of your truck, this is the place to get it done.
Yeah, especially with the diesel we have here. When you're pulling, it's good to make sure we're getting all the fluids and everything topped off. We do offer the 36-point inspection, which basically we go through the whole in vehicle, make sure it's all, you know, ready to go as far as air pressure and fluids. When towing a vehicle, it's good because it causes a lot of stress on them, and just to keep your inspections going regularly can help us find if there's any issues coming up or if you're all good to go to get back on the road.
It's a great way to make sure your truck performs well and performs for a good long time. Thank you much.
Thank you.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
Hi, Michael Sloan for Superior Automotive Group in Conway. Looking for a new truck? Shop all of the best brands in one place without jumping all over Central Arkansas. One customer specialist will help you find the perfect truck today. Faster, simpler, and more transparent. Superior.
There are easier ways to become a better angler. Join FLW today and take your fishing to the next level. Get the magazine, get on the water. Visit flwfishing.com/membership to find out more.
What does it mean to mow with an attitude? It means 0 turns and full throttle. It's the power of 38 horses in a town of 10,000 people. It's like American Muscle got a PhD in rocket science. It's backing up your bark with serious bite. It's blood, sweat, and blades. What does it mean to mow with an attitude? Take a seat and find out for yourself.
Bad boy. Mow with an attitude.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Walters with Superior Nissan in Conway. Thanks for watching FLW Arkansas.
We last left Spencer Sheffield throwing a very large swim bait. He's now in a new area that he knows holds fish, but he's catching once again only short fish. And then he says,
Last cast. There's one. They're up there, dude. Up on top of it. Oh, the guns are up there freaking shallow on it. I knew they had bigger somewhere. In the spotlight, and that's probably where they're at, right there on that little, in that little gut. Oh yeah. Oh, when you find them out here, you start to check 4 or 5 real quick. I know all this, all these places really well, and this place really well. When I pull up on a spot like this, and I know I should be catching them or catch them, should have caught one and I don't, I always make kind of a off-the-wall cast, either way shallower or way deeper on it, because I know that they're so huge. It's just like I caught that in there. I can assure you there's a dozen more out here that size, somewhere between here and where it ends right out there. But kind of like searching for a needle in a haystack out here too, on a place this big and broad, because they could be anywhere out there on it. I don't want to call, not my luck. Still call. I'll go ahead and put it in there.
so after this last flurry, has the day gone as Sheffield expected?
As far as biting wise, yeah, it's on. I mean, like I was figuring it would be.
We're about midway through the day here on Tournament Day, and one of the surprises that we have found is that it has not been 100% thunder showers all day long. We've actually had some surprising gaps. One of the other surprises, not too many anglers are catching a lot of fish right now. Someone always catches them. That's what happens every time on FLW Arkansas. But the rain is starting to come back, and we've got a big storm front about to move across this entire tournament field. It was a race to the weigh-in stage, and Mother Nature beat us by a step. It was wild with wind and rain as the anglers tried their best to weigh and take cover. Some came in early. Here was our first angler to weigh in. All right, so you came in, and what's wrong with the weather?
Man, it's been rough out there to say the least. It was a tough day fishing.
Yeah.
Miserable, and then the lightning started, and so we we decided we want to go ahead and call it a day.
Yeah, well, safety is important, and you've got 4, right?
That's right.
Okay, well, that's good. That's better than what we saw from most folks.
Okay. Well, hey, that makes me feel a little better.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to be the tournament leader.
For a little while, anyway.
All right, well, yeah, atop the leaderboard right here in the early goings here on Lake Hamilton. Congratulations.
Oh man, it's rough. Wind, rain, bite was real slow. I picked up 4 fish is all I got today. But man, it's unreal. Absolutely unreal this weather.
Hey, them fish are just sporadic today, man. Hitting light, short strike and everything. Couldn't make them hold on to nothing. Man, it's brutal. I think it's brutal on the fish too because they didn't want to eat.
There were some big bass caught today.
We had a good day. It was slow and miserable, but it was still a good day. We had fun.
Current big fish is 2 pounds and 7 ounces. And I believe he's got that covered. Right there in the tub. Yes, he does. New big bass leader, Ezra, is going to come in at 5 pounds and 7 ounces, 5'7". Hold that fish up one time while we get it entered. Got it.
Sutton won $212 for his big fish on the co-angler side. On the boater side, Little Rock's Randall Clark weighed a fish clearing 6 pounds, good for $435. That fish anchored what was a winning weight at 15.11. He won $3,466. We'll hear from our champion next week with a full interview on how he tackled a very tough day on Lake Hamilton. Remember Spencer Sheffield? His flurry on that spot that he nearly gave up on propelled him all the way to a 5th place finish. Shifting over to the co-anglers, you saw Ethan Sutton's big bass a moment ago. Here's what he brought to the scales just prior to that fish.
Out of the back of the boat with the 5 bass limit coming in at 13 pounds and 9 ounces.
Sutton won over $1,700 on the day with that bag. Robert Bogard Jr. took 2nd place. And we should point out Shane Ray, the co-angler who was in 2nd place in the overall standings, fishing with Spencer Sheffield. Well, he took 14th place, ended up catching a limit of bass weighing in 8 pounds, 7 ounces. We'll hear from our winner next week on the Bad Boy Mowers analysis episode. We thank Superior Nissan for sponsoring this program. When you need your next car or truck, remember them. They support our Arkansas outdoorsmen and women, and they also have that cool new Titan. Next week is the Bad Boy Mowers analysis episode. The anglers who outsmarted each other and the weather will share their secrets. It will be fun. That's next week on FLW Arkansas. When the crew of FLW Arkansas comes to Hot Springs, we love to stay in the Comfort Suites on Nash Street. The rooms provide just what you want. Quiet, clean, and close to the lake. And what's perfect for anglers are the charging stations outside to keep your batteries topped off for a full day on the water. Comfort Suites in Hot Springs.